This podcast was produced on the land of the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation.
Welcome to Australia.
Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.
This is kind of tragic.
Someone who is such a connoisseur of reality television.
The content is hideous.
So sorry about this. Oh my God.
Welcome back to The Cringe is Real, the podcast that cringes along with Australian reality TV and pop culture at large. I'm Sam Crimean, and today I'm joined by the pod's fave PhD, Michael McDermott, to take a look inside the secret lives of Mormon wives. The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives first aired in September this year on Hulu and is available on Disney Plus in Australia. Michael McDermott, welcome back to The Cringe is Real.
Hello, thank you for having me.
You're so welcome. You're becoming a regular. I love it.
I'm excited. Wait,
Yeah.
what's the,
The criteria?
No. How many episodes is the most person done?
Well, if you don't count the illustrious Miss Jane Litzer,
I don't.
then I don't know, maybe 3 or 4. It's the max.
This is my
so
third.
amazing. There you go.
Okay.
You get your badge
determined.
next time.
Uh-huh.
And then after, it's like a pyramid scheme.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah.
Yeah. What's got you cringing this week?
Well, it's a little old. It's funny because every time we decide you should come on the pod and then find a date, I think of okay, what's got me cringing?
Yeah.
And then it becomes
It's
very outdated 2 weeks later.
What was the one 2 weeks ago?
So it was the Blake Lively drama.
Yeah.
Most specifically, the one interviewer who keeps posting videos of the celebrities being rude to her. So then she kept, because obviously her thing with Blake Lively went viral. Yeah. So she posted another one with Anne Hathaway, where Anne Hathaway is slightly rude to her. And I'm like, babe, there's a common denominator here. I just think...
And it's you.
And it's her. She's a terrible interviewer.
Isn't she Finnish or something?
Maybe.
So I feel there's a rude, Scandi vibe anyway.
Maybe. Sure.
Who knows?
But she just asked Anne Hathaway to sing her answers. And Anne Hathaway's I'm not going to do that. Anyway, she got me real cringing where she's thinking she's an innocent victim, and I don't know.
Definitely outdated though. I feel we've
very
definitely
outdated.
discussed Blake on the pod already because she's pretty cringe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What about, do you participate in the spooky season?
Very much so.
You do?
I'm
Okay,
very
excellent.
devout. Yes.
Great.
Okay.
So let's talk horror movies.
Okay.
Obviously, you've seen The Substance,
I
right?
have,
okay,
yes.
good. If you were about to say no, I was going to stop recording and ask you to leave.
I luckily have. No, I can stay.
Amazing.
Thoughts?
Film of the year for me.
Yeah.
And that's not even hyperbole.
No.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Demi's back.
What a role for her. This is the role she was born to play.
Outrageous.
Yes.
Also, I haven't felt that camaraderie with an audience in a cinema for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel sorry for friends of mine watched it recently because it's out on streaming now. So friends of mine watched it at home, and I was like, no.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, even if you've seen it at home, go to a cinema, because I was literally looking next to me, and all of the people around us, we were all screaming and laughing.
So are you seeing this? No, it was crazy. No, that's the way to do it. I've never, not for a single second, did my mind wander elsewhere.
No.
I was in that
it.
movie.
And it wasn't short either.
It wasn't short, no. But actually what did get me cringing though is so many people online are just there was I saw one particular TikTok where this girl was saying how angry and upset it made her that people were laughing during the film.
It's
and I was
funny.
Bro, what?
It's a funny film.
It's
intended
absurd.
to be so. How fucking stupid. And also, films can be more than one thing. Yeah. And in fact, they're great when they are. Mm-hmm. Who wants to go and just cry for 2 hours?
Just be shocked, laugh. I think that's the point. We don't control how our body responded to that absurd crazy movie.
Yeah. I've definitely seen criticisms of it, but they're all from basic gays that I don't care for. So I'm kind of checks out that you didn't get this. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Nathan from F-Boy.
he wouldn't get it.
He would not get it.
He'd be like, what?
No.
He'd be like, yeah, but where do I get the substance from? Would you take the substance?
Honey, I am what crawls out of Demi's body after she takes the
I know,
substance.
of course. Look at you.
I
But
know, look at me.
cut forward
2 years when I hit
2 years
68.
when you hit gay death.
Yes.
At, the ripe age.
At what age?
I don't know.
Careful there. So, we haven't actually talked about F Boy Island.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I know we're very busy today.
I've totally moved on.
I know.
I've
but I haven't
forgotten that
spoken
it
to you
even
about
happened.
it.
I have like full, I'm in denial that I even potted about it. It's like it didn't happen.
Because it was such a good season and the ending was so bad. It was so bad. It actually it really almost
Annabelle
ruins
was
it.
like furious. She
Yeah.
was like
She was not happy.
throwing chairs around the studio. Yeah, it was fucked.
Yeah. Anyway.
Worst ending. I think I'm most upset now about still seeing things on social, like the Ali and Joe
Still
posts,
together.
but they're doing these schmaltzy posts, and I'm just like, no, sorry.
She's fully. There's no redemption for Ali.
They deserve each other.
Yeah, yeah. What I found out though is that the men, and this might be like a really dumb moment because it was so obvious for everyone, but I didn't realize that the men, they apply to the show saying whether they're an F-boy or nice guy. I always thought the producers meet them, talk to them, and were you're a nice guy, you're an F-boy, and categorize them that way. I didn't realize that the men actually chose it.
Well, I've heard a few different things about that.
Oh,
I think
okay.
they are involved in the choosing, but
Yeah.
I definitely have heard some stories allegedly about some cast members being cast initially as one, and then the numbers haven't worked out, and they've gone, actually now you have to be this.
There's definitely a few where you can see that. Yeah.
And I think all straight men have the potential to be both of those things at all times. So it's kind of
Literally.
easy. It's actually, kind of easy.
Mm-hmm. Anyway,
Yeah.
F-boy Island season 3. I'm
She's
excited
done. Staying on reality, but
Yes.
also back to spooky season. There are some spooky reality shows on at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Dragula, season 666. Are you watching it?
I am not.
No.
I'm sorry. We probably should have.
It's
prepared
pretty
for this.
good. So Yuri Guy is on it, who
Yes.
was on Drag Race Down Under
Yes.
season 2. And she spent the first few eps kind of in her head. And then they made her... Because have you ever seen Dragula?
No.
So instead of lip syncs for your life, they
Yes.
do these fear factor things.
Oh my god.
So they'll have to get piercing, huge piercings through their skin, or swim with sharks and shit.
Oh.
But they made Yuri jump out of a plane. And she was bricking it. And I was like, girl, you're from New Zealand. Doesn't everyone in New Zealand bungee jump and shit every week? But she did it, and then it's lit a fire under her, and now she's killing it. She's calling everyone cunts and throwing drinks on the girls.
Oh my
And I'm like,
That's all it took. Just throw out of a plane.
yeah. So I'm like,
Was she in drag when she was?
yes.
that's so
They threw
funny.
it out of a plane in the. So it's like a lip sync for life. So they have to be in the look that they were in. Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay, I have to watch it. Where are you watching it?
It's on Shudder.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Yeah. Or
Do
yeah.
you subscribe to Shudder? Or-
Yes.
Oh, I see.
Mm.
Yeah. You
I
strike me as someone
do.
who.
I subscribe to
respond that way.
all of the
Mhm.
streaming services.
Mhm.
Pay for them. The other show that's on is House of Villains.
Oh yes.
Are you
No,
watching this, or
I
have you heard of
haven't. But I want to watch
It's
it. one of
fucking
those.
good.
Yes.
So season 2, we've got Candy Muse, Teresa from Real Housewives of New Jersey, Richard Hatch, the first
Oh my
ever winner of
God.
Survivor.
Yes.
Dad is back.
Yep.
And
Tax evasion. King.
so good. And they've
Yeah.
got him just walking around the house naked, a la season 1
Yes.
of Survivor. And it's so funny. Plus, they had a Janice Dickinson cameo in the last episode, and I almost
How did she look?
wet myself. She looked fucked up and amazing.
Very Demi in the substance.
Yeah,
after a
yes,
few.
very that. And
Yeah.
they had her. They did this gag where all she had to do was walk in and introduce a challenge, and she had an earpiece,
Okay. Yeah.
and they were feeding her the lines. And I love this show because they really break the fourth wall, and they show us all of the bits where she didn't understand what was on the earpiece. She said all the wrong stuff, and they left it all in.
Oh.
It was so
honey.
good.
Okay, that does sound fun.
And Tiffany Pollard is back. They just cast
She's
her.
back.
I think they have to cast her on every season.
Did she ever go away?
No, she just stayed in the house.
I hope I'm sure at this point she's got a good agent and negotiates a good fee each time she appears. Because this is her career.
This is her,
just doing
yeah. But
this.
watching Janice Dickinson give New York, Tiffany Pollard, catwalk pointers was like everything I needed.
Write something better than that.
No,
Oh.
it was fantastic.
Okay, well, I have to watch it now.
Yeah.
You've convinced me.
All right, should we move on to the reason for the season?
Oh, what a show.
We're here today,
Yes.
our Holy Father,
Mm-hmm.
to discuss probably.
I feel like you're saying grace right now.
Yeah, I went to do it and then I realized that I was
You don't
raised an
actually know
atheist
how
and
to
I
do
don't know how to do it. So I stopped abruptly.
Okay, that's fine.
Well, yeah. Do you know any any
yes.
prayers?
Okay, so, dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for the blessings that you have given us in the secret lives of Mormon wives. We ask you to bless Sam and myself in talking about them. We ask you to bless season 2 and give us 20 more
20 episodes.
20 more insane episodes.
So that was my first note. So I was going to say, like, will Mum Talk survive this? And then, spoiler alert, yes,
Indeed
it fucking
it
will.
does.
So this is blown up. Like, I have people
Yeah.
in my lives that always tell me, like, I will never watch reality television. How dare you suggest that I should? And they're all watching this. So
Yeah.
I'm like, so it's broken into that, like,
It's
I don't know.
Well, it's the most watched unscripted show on Hulu.
There you go.
On Hulu, so it's done very, very well for them. I think it's funny because it sounded like it would have been a nightmare of a development show.
Well, the first episode is shot 11 months prior to the rest of the season.
Can you know? I don't even know.
What a gamble.
The producers who would have had to like spoken to like Hulu and just said, "Hey, our main character's just gonna like go to prison for a little bit."
And that character has just had a miscarriage and now she's going to prison.
It's gonna
And he's
increment
also
it.
like an alcoholic Mormon. But like, do you mind just waiting a
Yeah.
year? I promise it's going to be
Yeah.
really good.
Sure,
Yeah.
here's more money.
Great.
Anyway,
Are they a part of Disney?
Hulu.
Yeah. Well, because it's on Disney Plus,
Disney Plus, yeah.
here, right?
It's
Or is that just they just bought it?
I think it's the kind of like similar deal with HBO and Binge.
Okay.
So it's just like,
Yep.
yeah,
They're like, give us all your...
kind of, I think.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's a very un-Disney show.
Yes. Yes. But we are getting a lot of Hulu stuff on Disney Plus now.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
My high-level thoughts about this show include all of the husbands look like gay porn stars.
And they're actually not far off being explicit, literally gay porn stars.
And I'm looking forward to that
Yes.
being a part of
Episode
season 2.
17 next season. I swear
All
to God.
bets are off.
We're going to have a gay porn storyline.
I am worried that 20 eps for season 2 is a lot.
It's a lot.
It might, like...
That could be over 2 seasons. They could.
Yeah,
But-
because Below Deck suffers from this, where now they
It's just exhausting.
squeeze it out, they drag it out, and you're just
Yeah.
like, girl,
Mm-hmm.
really? Like, more drama about docking a boat?
Yeah.
That's not a cliffhanger.
They're going to have, I think, the actual women who are involved in the swinging. Because it was only, of this cast, it was only
Thank
Taylor,
fuck.
right?
Yeah. Well, look, apparently. I reckon they all kind of were. I don't know.
Well, they vehemently deny it.
I know, which I'm like, okay.
Yeah. But I think,
Jen.
I think now they're going to, like, the women who said no to doing the show are going to be like, oh, shit.
Well, we all know who would have liked to have been involved in the swinging, even if he wasn't. And that's Connor.
Connor.
My boyfriend, Connor.
I'm very excited for all the gay jokes for the next
Oh,
hour.
it's going to be great.
Mm-hmm.
Should we just jump straight in?
Yeah.
Episode 1 is called The First Book of Taylor. So I love these episode titles. They're all like
Yes.
the book of blah, blah.
Mhm.
Stunning, 10 out of 10.
Mm-hmm. How much did you know about Mormonism going
So,
in?
I learned everything I know about Mormonism from The Real
This show.
Housewives of Salt Lake City.
Oh, okay, yes.
Which, are you a
no.
SLC girl?
No.
Oh, if you like this show, you're going to love
Are they
Salt
all
Lake City.
Mormon?
No, they're not. Some of them just aren't at all, and they've just moved to Utah like for other reasons.
Right.
Some of them have like grown up in the church but have been excommunicated,
Oh.
and then some of them, Lisa Barlow, claim to still hold on to their Mormon faith whilst also running a tequila business, which is
okay.
fabulous.
Not a lot of sense. But yes.
Yeah, so there's a lot of that causes tension in the show.
Yeah. We're
And then
redefining what it means to be a Mormon woman.
There's also a woman on the show that runs a cult and married her grandfather.
Uh-huh.
So
yeah.
yeah.
Who amongst us, though? Be fair. We've all dabbled in marriage to our grandfather. Come on.
Guilty.
So, okay, I will watch that.
Yeah, it's good. So besides the things that I've learned about the Mormon Church from that, nothing else. Okay. And the Book of Mormon.
The musical.
The musical.
Yes. Yeah. That was my main education, I think. Yeah.
Which is so good.
Yes. It's just, I feel like they're such an easy target because they're basically all American, mostly white, and a very, very new religion.
So you can absolutely get away with murder.
Yeah.
They're on the table for parody.
They're just so...
And they love it. Like, from what I hear,
like the attention.
But that Mormons themselves love Book of Mormon, the musical, even though it's like hugely making fun because they just love the fact that it's like raised the profile.
I guess so. I can't understand the psyche that goes into like a Mormon seeing that musical and just being like, yep,
I think it's
fine.
The same way that Mum Talk are like excited. They were annoyed at Taylor Frankie Paul for like 5 seconds about the swinging scandal, and then they were like, hang on, we've just gotten all these brand deals. Thanks, Taylor.
Yeah.
So they're still American, so they can be bought.
That's the real kind of ethos of the show is just capitalism above and beyond anything else.
The show starts with like this insane montage of like what to expect with a Aldi version of Sam Smith's Unholy, which is also the theme song of the show. It's like it's like, okay,
that was good.
Couldn't afford the rights to the Sam Smith song, but we got this one.
I did like I do wonder what they were thinking when they were filming. I want to know at what point of
they
filming.
were thinking brand deals.
That's true.
Yeah.
Which I think also during Ep 1, you can tell that they definitely thought the title, and maybe throughout the whole season, the title of the show was going to be Mum Talk.
Oh, they so thought it was going to be on brand for them.
Yeah.
Little did they know
it was
absolutely
not that at all.
Yeah. Hashtag Mum Talk.
Will Mum Talk survive?
Will Mum Talk survive us? No. We meet the star of the show, Ms. Taylor Frankie Paul. She is such a terrorist.
I just want to talk about her for an hour. Literally.
Strap yourself in.
Oh.
She is perfect for this show because she is an absolute train wreck and she doesn't give a fuck.
No.
She loves like trolling her parents. She's like an angsty teen. And this is the thing with the Mormons. They all kind of like teenage girls, even though they like have kids themselves.
It makes me sick.
It's kind of wild.
Yeah. No, she will just say what's on her mind. And I think with all the other women, they're very aware of their appearance and like how they're coming across. So like everything that they're saying, they think about it first and then will like say it. Where Taylor's just like, yeah, I'll just like talk about literally anything no matter what. And it's just like, you are exactly the main character that we need.
Have you seen the meme going around of Taylor Frankie Paul next to Francine from Hey Arthur?
No.
Come look at this.
Oh my God. Wait.
I've got it up.
Hold
they
on.
look the same. You can't unsee it. How much does she look like Francine from Hey Arthur?
That's cool.
It's a deep cut, but also I was like, wow.
Okay. How would you describe it to our listeners?
Just Google it.
Okay, great. Yeah. Really.
So she sits in a confessional. She's looking very pleased with herself that she's on television. I like this show because they borrow from a lot of the Bravo conventions, the confessionals with it's a rip job of the housewives, but
it's a genre.
It's a genre, but they are also trying a few other things that are different, and it works out.
We're gonna get
actually, what are they trying? It's very much a straight rip.
It feels like it's just very on brand for the genre.
Occasionally they try and make it feel a bit more like a documentary that Bravo shows do not do.
That's true. Actually, that's true. I think also because it's like the subculture of Mormonism as well, and the religion makes such an impact on like their behavior and the way that they interpret situations and relationships. So we kind of get a bit more into that.
So we pick up filming and it's like post Mum Talk's swinging scandal. Soft swinging scandal, allegedly. And Taylor Frankie Paul, or TFP, she tells us that, we're all raised as Mormons for the man. So that's why I invented Mom Talk, because, radical activism. So she tells us that like they use the medium of TikTok to like be feminists, basically.
Sure. I mean, I guess if they're raised as children
Yeah.
to just believe that women belong in the home,
Yeah.
then TikTok is a way for them to like make money in the home.
Exactly. Then
Why
we
not?
meet Macy. So the names drove me nuts because it's like Tracy, Macy, Stacy,
And they all-
Michaela, like
Layla.
they all look the fucking same.
The same.
Like even the black girl
It-
looks the same as them.
It
It's
took
wild.
me so long to learn the names, and since finishing the season, like, what is it, 2 weeks ago when I messaged we should talk,
I still don't
forgotten all
know.
of them.
Yeah, I still don't know either.
Anyway,
So we meet Macy. So Macy's kind of...
Macy's
I'll
a blonde
try
one.
and explain it. She's blonder than the others. But then is
Yes.
it...
Whitney?
Demi
Demi.
looks just like Macy in the face, but slightly more brunette.
But I also, so on the way here, I had to Google the cast, and there's a Jessie. Wait,
Yes.
Jessie and Demi, I
Demi.
swear to God, I've never seen them in the same room. They are the
No.
same person
No.
to me. Anyway, sorry.
Macy tells... And then I want to fuck all of their husbands. And I'm sure they would
I'm sure
be
they would
down
fuck you
because
back.
they're not getting much.
No.
She's married to Jacob,
Okay.
and she's a bit of a bad bitch.
Mm-hmm. Macy's the one who she's like the
Macy.
CEO,
Yeah.
girl boss.
Yeah. Of the mama...
Baby mama.
Girl boss.
Yeah.
Baby mama. She catches up with Taylor for the first time since the scandal, or the first time since the scandal,
Mhm.
because come on, like as if they haven't already. But
Well, apparently they're like not actually friends. Like that's the whole point, is that like Taylor...
it's all business.
Well, yes, it's all business.
Yeah.
Like they didn't know each other, and then they were like, oh, we can make money by doing videos together. So maybe they haven't
Yeah.
seen each other because they're not friends.
So they're having coffee. Taylor Frankie Paul tells us about Dakota, who is so fucking hot.
Okay.
Like,
So
shut up and like rape me
look,
already.
I get it. I get it. But after consuming the whole season,
Oh, don't want him to speak.
they
do
are the
not
most
want him to speak.
repulsive men.
Do not want him around a child
Or a woman.
or a woman
Or a
or just
man.
anyone.
Yeah.
But I do want to like tie him up.
I think
some point.
if he had an OnlyFans, I would go onto the
Yeah.
forums to see if it was worth it
Yeah.
and then subscribe.
Yeah, I'd get the free leaks
Yeah.
from the forums.
Yeah.
So she tells us about... She's such a shit stirrer. She loves it because she's purposely gone for like the shittest possible guy just to piss everyone off.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that about her.
Taylor,
Yeah.
and just like has a baby with him for the
For the shit thing.
drama.
She literally is doing that. And her she's like trolling her parents. They're like, what? Not Dakota. Because he's ultimate fuckboy material. He's not to be trusted. You know, there's wild rumors circulating that he hooked up with a girl called Jenna.
Jenna.
At some
Remember that
point.
name.
Remember that name because Jenna will be back.
I reckon season 2 we're going to get a lot of Jenna.
I hope so.
I hope she's hot because then she'll be actually in the show.
Oh, she's going to be hot.
Yeah, I reckon
Yeah.
Dakota would have sex with a non-hot person. Yeah.
Taylor Frankie Paul tells us about how she loves getting drunk because she doesn't even give a shit. She's a wild child. And it's like,
Yeah.
okay.
But it also makes sense because they're all just like girls in their 20s.
Yeah, but they're Mormons.
Oh, so true.
Yeah.
They also have 12 children.
Her relationship with Dakota is off to a shaky start because she's already had people on Reddit telling her about Jenna. And it's like, wow, if that's what's happening to you and you're only just getting into this, like, sure.
Like, is it worth it?
Then Taylor Frankie Paul says she just really wants to have babies and get married. And I'm like, slow the fuck
I'm
down.
going to vomit. Yeah. Sorry.
Then we learn about a character called Whitney.
Remember that name.
Remember that name too, which
Main
is
character.
very confusing for me as a Salt Lake City fan because there is one of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City also called Whitney.
Yes.
And they actually look similar. Like choppy bob, blonde. Like it's, anyway.
Glam makeup. Yeah. Pregnant
Wild,
probably.
wild.
Mhm.
So she fled the country.
Yes.
Well, fled the state
When
to
the
Hawaii
swinging-
when the soft swing scandal broke because she just couldn't handle it, which I'm like, what?
I'm not sure about that.
But also kind of tells me you're guilty.
But so did she actually move like after the scandal?
Yes.
broke?
Well,
And
that's
then
what we're
just-
led to believe
And
here.
then came back coincidentally when
When the
rolling.
cameras picked up, she was
Yeah.
like, do you know what? I actually do need to come back.
Okay.
We get the soft swing reveal on TikTok. She's like, yeah. They play it so many times. It's actually not that exciting.
What, the swing?
The swing reveal, like how she talks about it.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, I pretty much made out with like all of the husbands. And I'm like,
Cool.
Like, did they also make out with each other? Like, I do
Yeah,
want more details.
But also the details will actually bore you. It's so honestly,
It's like spin the bottle.
literally.
I literally did more at a 16-year-old like birthday party. Like, come on.
And I swear to God, if we took them to like a typical, I don't know, Tuesday night at some random gays in Melbourne, like their minds would be blown. They would not be able to handle the shit that we get up. Oh, it's just... Anyway.
Let's take them to Trough. They'll love it. Macy's like, fuck the patriarchy. One TikTok at a time. Woo! The mums all look the same. They acknowledge this at this point. Macy's like, blonde bitches. We're all blonde. Which I'm just like, okay. White women
I mean, at this
laughing
point,
about how the same they are.
I mean, I'm super happy. The only one that I could tell actually that I did notice was Michaela. And that's because she's the one with the skin condition.
She looks like Leighton Meester.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly like her.
Yeah.
Yeah. I felt like such a bitch though, because when we first saw Michaela and I was like, oh my God, why didn't she do her makeup? She looks awful.
Is this like under her eyes kind of vibe?
It was, yeah.
Oh, so that's a thing.
Yeah.
Did they explain that at any point?
So they only explained it after that scene, because that scene they were talking about something else. I don't know. I was not listening because I was only looking at her, because they were all like in full glam makeup and hair, and then Michaela is just like not. And I've subsequently learned that apparently during filming was like the worst flare up she's had. So she couldn't. So she couldn't wear makeup, and she looked like she just.
That's why they just cut her out of the
unwell.
show. Because I had a moment too, like she's not in the show much. Haha. I didn't realize it's like she got like bullied because of her skin condition.
By me, yeah. And then like the next scene is a confessional with her explaining that she has a skin condition. I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry.
So TFP fucking lives for the drama, and now she's revealing to her mum on camera that she's dating Dakota, and she's like, Taylor fucking mum.
Oh, I fucking hate Taylor's mum.
The mum looks like Abby Lee Miller, don't you think? She's got a real dance mum's energy.
Yes, in the sense that she's just like the biggest villain.
Totally. Jessie. We meet Jessie. She's the one with the big fake lips.
Is that?
I think she's the one who gets her vaginoplasty done on the show.
So that's not Demi.
No, Demi's the one.
Demi's the one who has the fight later on.
Yeah, Demi gets into the drama later.
Yes.
And I actually love Demi. I'm team Demi.
Yes. We're getting ahead of ourselves. So Jessie gets a vaginoplasty.
Jessie's here for the tit job. She got the check from the show and spent it before the show had even finished on new tits, new puss, new lips. I'm obsessed.
Why not? Why not?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Jessie is a person.
Jesse's that one. Then we meet Demi.
Yes.
And Brett is her hot older husband.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Brett.
Much older, isn't he?
Yeah, but like, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I'd suck them all off, so it's all good.
I couldn't pick them out of a lineup.
No.
If I'm being really honest.
Then we meet... Oh, I could pick Connor out. Because
he'd be wearing a jockstrap and harness.
Yeah, and a Dior jumper. We learned about Dakota. So get this. Not only is he a fuckboy, he's a recovering addict that almost died from fentanyl.
That's the most American thing I've ever heard
Obsessed with, yeah. What even is fentanyl? It sounds prescription.
Yes. Anyway.
Yeah.
It's very American.
We love it.
Yeah.
This show is insane. We're like 16 minutes into the first episode at this point,
cooked.
by the way. Time check. Then she tells the mum, and not only am I dating Dakota, but I need to take a pregnancy test.
Oh.
And it's like, fucking hell. And the mum calls her a stupid bitch.
Yeah. No, like literally though, the mum is awful. But I loved that.
No, she's pretty awful too, Taylor.
I don't know. I love Taylor.
What?
Yes. I think, okay, hear me out.
She's kind of fabulous.
She reminds me of Elle Woods from Legally Blonde. Hear me out. Okay. I've got like a 45-minute monologue about to go. So she is like Elle Woods in the sense that Elle Woods was never, she just didn't understand why you would ever need to be mean to someone. And she just didn't understand, like, why you would ever, like, not be honest. And I feel like Taylor just doesn't think about how she comes across, and she'll just say it like it is. But how it is, like, not mean-spirited at all. Like, she doesn't care about trying to put others down to make herself feel good. She'll just, like, be herself and be honest. And I think that's why she's a good reality star.
And that's why she's a good protagonist, because she's not going to hide anything from the audience. We're going to get full access.
Everything, yes.
And she kind of loves to just be herself. And in this Mormon culture, being like that will ruffle feathers regardless.
Yes.
So she's willing to accept that. She's like, oh, well.
Yep.
Bring it.
She'll say it to a producer in front of the camera. She'll say it, like, in front of
the
like
girls.
Even when she's having a fight with Dakota, and Mace's like, I don't know why they're doing this in front of me. I shouldn't be here. It's just like, because Taylor doesn't give a shit. She'll just, like,
she's giving us
put it all on the
good
line.
television.
Yeah.
Then we meet Whitney finally. She tells us about the scandal and how it rocked her life and her gay husband Connor, and they had to escape to Hawaii.
To Fire Island.
That's where Connor wanted to go. His hair changes style and color in, like, every scene that we see him on, which I was like, he's so self-conscious about being on camera, and he was like, oh no, maybe I should do it like this way. And then he's so cute, and then he has like a little mustache at one point.
Little baby gay.
He's so cute.
Yeah.
So they move to Hawaii to escape the noise. Then we meet Michaela, Leighton Meester. She's boring and doesn't feature much in the series.
Yeah, that's fine.
Whitney confronts Taylor Frankie Paul about the video. She's like, look, you rocked my world, but also I'm back because the cameras are here. Thank you so much.
Literally.
And Taylor is like, did I ruin your life or did I help your life? Because brand deals.
Yes, but, like, actually.
But seriously.
Yeah. Like, that's why they're all there.
100%. So then we get Whitney and Connor at home alone. He's got a different hairstyle all of a sudden. And he's like, they're talking about his secret. I love this. It's like he breaks down and cries. He's like, my secret, and I don't want it to affect you. And at this point, I was fully like,
I'm ready.
He's a homosexual.
He's coming out.
I was like, we are getting a full Mormon
gay
storyline on this show, but they're going to stay together for the kids. I was like so excited.
Yes.
And then it's that he has a porn addiction. This is a very F-Boy Island style twist. And I was like, girl.
What kind of porn addiction?
Well, more I'm like, you're a Mormon, so I feel like looking at porn like once in your life.
So true.
Is an addiction to them.
Yes. And it would be like just watching porn and then masturbating for him would just be like, oh, I'm such a deviant and I'm perverted and sick.
But he also was like on Tinder chatting it up.
And Tinder. I'm sure it's Tinder. Yeah.
Starts with T. Yeah. So apparently he was doing that.
Okay.
And never met up with anyone.
Oh, of course not. How dare you suggest otherwise?
Yeah. Which she believes.
Yes.
Do you believe that?
Of course not.
Okay.
Are you joking? Of course he met with people.
I reckon he was fully on the good end. I reckon he's having P&P orgies. Like, I think he's on Sniffies.
I was just going to say, I bet he's on Sniffies. Yes. With his new hair.
Open.
No loads refused.
Thank you for coming to
the
podcast. That's the end.
Yeah. See you later.
So the girls are scandalized by this because they love like trouble in paradise that's not their paradise, right?
I mean, so
don't we all? Yeah. So they're like, ooh.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're all like, but do you believe him? And she's like, yeah. And then right when she's dropped that, Taylor's like, oh, trauma Olympics. Excuse me.
My turn.
She goes, well, I just had a miscarriage. Bam! Mic drop.
Mm-hmm.
And Whitney's like,
this was my scene.
You fucking bitch. This was my scene to talk about my gay husband's porn addiction. And here you are talking about your fucking miscarriage. How dare you?
Now the post-producers are going to label this video file as miscarriage.
Yeah, exactly. I was so gagged, but like I love Taylor Frankie Paul for this.
She just says it.
Yeah.
She's like, yep, I'm just going to say it. Why not?
Dakota and Taylor Frankie Paul have sushi.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he needs to get on OnlyFans immediately. She loves it. She's always drinking. They're just like having lunch and she's like smashing beers. And he's like, I'm not into that. And she's like, ugh.
So
Boring.
Yeah, she wants to go clubbing.
She wants to get fucked up.
Yeah. I mean, she deserves to.
Yeah, I'm down.
She just had a miscarriage.
Then the night takes a dark turn. And I was not expecting this.
No, I can't say I was.
And
No.
this is
Police body cam footage.
Yes, exactly.
No.
So then the genre of the show changes into true crime documentary.
Oh.
And we get like text on screen, body cam. The body cam footage was wild.
That fucking threw me.
It was really
because
insane.
apparently that happened after filming Wrapped for one.
And of course they just like shoehorned it back in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, they can't not include it.
Yeah. It's very like pivotal to the story.
Yes. And then the next time we see them, they look completely different and she's pregnant. So some time has passed.
But so let's break down this night. I don't want to dwell on it because we don't know. And like there's so much. We're literally only at Ep 1. But firstly, it's crazy to me that the police arrested her and not him. I'm like, there was domestic violence happening in a house and you arrest the woman?
So
Utah.
It was giving very Amber Heard, Johnny Depp vibes.
Yes!
But okay, so she now says that like it was all me. I was like, I know. Anyway.
Blink twice.
All I know is that I hated watching this and it like left such a bad taste in my mouth. I was like, this is not cute. Can we please move on? This is fucked. Like
very uncomfortable viewing.
Yeah. And I thought that like that was going to be, and it kind of was a storyline throughout. Like Macy's like, you know, the word abuser kind of gets thrown out about Dakota. She kind of is a bit more aware of his controlling vibes, but I feel like it wasn't like that event was not addressed ever again, really.
No.
It was
maybe for legal reasons?
Yes,
who knows?
I think there might be a little.
But the episode ends with her getting handcuffed and you're like, what?
What the fuck is this?
So crazy.
Well, you cannot get a better cliffhanger than that.
No, you can't.
Let's be real.
It is like, she is a like drunk crazy bitch, let's be honest. But I still think it's bizarre that her and her alone left the scene in cuffs.
Yes.
That's wild to
and
me.
It's because, you know, police viewed her as hysterical and you know, overly emotional, and he was like calm as his. Anyway, it was so icky. So icky. Yeah.
Episode 2 is called The Book of Belonging.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes place 11 months after episode 1.
Cooked.
So cooked. Was she detained for that long? No.
No.
She was just there overnight, I assume.
I think so. I don't think she actually went to prison. But there would have been they would have to have waited until the court case was fully done.
And like you said, we never really hear about it ever again. It's just like, okay, now I'm here. Now I'm pregnant with Dakota's baby. She's like, we figured it all out. She's like, that night was actually really good because we just like figured it all out.
It brought us closer together.
What the fuck?
I swear to God, these people could not have a healthy conversation with their partner to save their life.
No.
Not one of them.
Anyway. No. I wish them all the best.
Mm-hmm.
So Whitney and Macy and Michaela meet up, you know, and they're all shocked everyone's talking about Taylor Frankie Paul. She's the talk of the town. Mm-hmm. The miscarriage, the arrest, now back with Dakota. Oh, and she's pregnant.
I mean, that is a lot of tea.
I will
give it to them.
She wins the tea contest.
If someone in my friendship group did all of those things, I would be talking about it.
Non-stop. And they would be loving it.
Mm-hmm.
Macy's like, Taylor Frankie Paul thinks with her pussy. And I was like, girl after my own heart. Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
TFP invites all the mum talk girls to her baby shower. So it's like, okay, now we're having a baby shower. And on the way to it in the car, she tells her mum that she's almost finished probation.
I mean...
Which I'm like, wow.
How? Yeah.
And then she's like, do you know what? When that video got taken of me leaving jail went viral on Reddit, it really was the wake-up call that I needed.
I mean...
So who is this bitch?
I'm glad she's finding the positives in this.
Yeah, silver linings.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, think of all the likes. Think of all the brand deals.
The brand deals. Who isn't wanting a person going to prison who's pregnant? I just know Sports Girl's going to be all over that.
Maybe Supre. Supre would have done a top. Supre would have done a hashtag mum talk top. A la like
Surely,
over the OC.
Do you think they have?
Is a suppressor still around?
I don't know.
I thought they went out of business.
Oh, maybe. I'm really out of it on that.
Maybe there's like one store left in like Frankston.
Okay.
Who knows? Back to Whitney and the girls. She admits that the swinger scandal was actually helpful for business.
Good girl.
But the arrest, no, that's tarnished the reputation of Mum Talk. So now they need brand deals, so they have to get back on top of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're very business-minded.
Yeah. They talk about some different brand deals that they've done. Someone's like, once I got offered to do diapers, and I was like, ew, gross now. And then Whitney's like, well, funny you should say that because I've got a product here that it could be great. And then she whips out, wait for it, dildos.
I feel like this is one of those like housewife Tupperware parties.
100%.
Where they're just like going around trying to sell each other, and Whitney just brings out this giant dildo.
The way they are scandalized by the dildos makes me so happy. They're like, like the pearl clutching is real. They're like 20-something-year-old girls.
Literally.
Like, yes, they're all mums.
Yeah. But they are like,
But,
their brain haven't developed yet. Like,
it's wild. Demi's like, what the fuck? Because they don't swear.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, I love when they go, what the fuck? Then they all proceed to passively, aggressively slut shame Whitney, which is great.
Cool.
And the biggest pearl clutcher of all is Jen.
Yes.
So this is when we meet Jen Affleck, who does not, you'll never hear her just refer to herself as Jen. Even the chirons on screen say Jen Affleck and Zach Affleck.
They're the only ones who get a last name, right?
Yeah, because she must have insisted on it. And then she tells us, yes, I am related, second cousin of Ben. So I'm actually the original Jennifer Affleck, which I love that apparently he's come out being like, I do not know this woman.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, Ben has said we are not related.
Or like someone close to Ben apparently has come out.
We're
being
not related.
They're not related.
Well, it would mean that like Zach's parents and Ben's parents are cousins, is what she's implying.
Zach
but, like,
is
that's pretty...
such a fucking dropkick. So in my commentary about wanting to fuck all the husbands, I will exclude Zach.
He is
He's
not...
gross.
Yes. He is not good looking.
No. Nor good. Like, he's... Anyway, not good. We also meet Layla, whose name is
Literally
Layla
who?
Taylor. Her name's Layla Taylor. She's like, I'm Layla Taylor. I'm like, no. That's not your name. Stop this immediately.
It is the only interesting thing about her.
Layla Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
She
22.
22 with 2 kids. Whoa.
Divorced, isn't she?
Yeah, and she's just going through her divorce. She says being black in the church is hard because she's the only one.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, girl.
Makes her
I'm like,
stand
get out of there. But anyway.
Imagine being 22 and divorced with 2 kids. And also, we'll later find out, never having had an orgasm.
Oh, girl.
I don't want to be a bitch, but like, I would actually kill myself. Like, with all the respect and love in the world, if I were living her life, I would actually just end it. It makes me physically ill, the idea of having 2 kids and being divorced at 22.
And never having an orgasm. She's good at saying that. Taylor Frankie Paul is truly a terrorist. She loves pissing her mum and dad off so much. She tells them, I love this, she tells them, guess what? Dakota's moving in. While Dakota is like literally out the front of the house with like boxes. It's so camp. I loved this bit.
But it felt authentic. It's not like she was writing this script, like really trying to make it ham it up for TV. It's just natural.
I
to her.
don't believe the producers twisted her arm at all with this. She would have been like, fuck yeah. She would have been like, I always troll my mum like that. Let's do it.
Of course.
Right.
What do you mean? I'm giving them 10 seconds notice. What's the problem?
Dakota walks in and he's all like, hey, moving in.
I'm
and they're like,
here.
we just learned about this. He's like, oh yeah, I'm sorry. And then the dad goes, you knocked up my daughter. And he's like, by accident, dude. And then he's like, what? Oh, wait, you tripped and fell? I was like, wow. I can't believe there are cameras.
Cat fight.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, my God. So now we're planning for Taylor Frankie Paul's baby shower.
Amazing.
With Macy. They go shopping for eucalyptus and baby's breath.
Mm-hmm.
She assures...
Yeah, that's a strong response.
to baby's breath. Gross.
Is it?
You don't think baby's breath is disgusting?
The flower?
Yeah.
Why is it gross?
Because it's hideous.
Oh, okay. I don't.
And it's very baby shower.
It's
But
very
also
baby shower.
Baby showers are hideous.
That's true.
Sorry.
Yeah. Although I did go to a baby shower recently, and all it was I arrived and there was just a lot of food on the table, and then people ate some food and mingled and then left after 2 hours.
And there were no gifts given?
There
There
was some
would've
food
been.
gifts, but it wasn't. But it wasn't really a thing.
That's nice.
It was just arrive, eat some food.
That's a
leave.
very
It was great.
core baby shower.
It was an amazing baby shower.
Recycled gift giving and like some snacks.
Well,
Like-
Taylor's is not like that.
Yeah. No, it's a fucking production with baby's breath and eucalyptus. Taylor Frankie Ball assures us that things are less toxic now with Dakota, but Macy's not buying it. So this is where I love Macy for this. She's like, don't really like this guy. And she doesn't back down.
Yes, that's when because obviously we're coming off from the end of Ep 1 where I'm feeling quite violent against Dakota.
Yes.
And Macy is the first one to actually like feel like is validating those feelings as a viewer. And so I'm like, okay, finally, Macy's
She
the
still
one who's
doesn't
speaking
want
the
to.
truth.
She doesn't want to do anything about it, and she definitely doesn't want to talk to him about it yet. And but we get there eventually. But which I mean, I wouldn't either.
No,
because he's kind of gross. So.
It's also gotten to the point where it's like, she's having a baby and she's arrested for domestic violence. Like, it's getting a little heavy.
Also, I know the feeling where you like don't like a friend's partner, and you're just like, that's on you. Like, don't bring me. Like, I don't want to have to actually tell them about that.
Yeah.
Just keep them away from
But
me.
if they're having a baby with them.
Yeah, exactly. Then it changes everything. Whitney tells her mum and sister about the dildos, and they're like, absolutely not. They freak out even more than the girlinas did.
I thought we were going to see Whitney's sister a lot more than we did. Because I thought she was a bit fun in that scene.
Yeah, I thought she was fun.
Like,
and
got
the
a bit of
mum. That was a good
personality.
scene.
Yeah, but I don't think we saw them again. Did we? Except
I don't think so.
We're getting ahead of ourselves, but with the cake.
Oh, yeah, the cake.
That's the only thing.
Whitney's like, I feel like I can make it like empowering. Which I'm like, oh, you're so original. Like business.
Sex
positivity. Selling a dildo, making empowering. I'm like, okay.
Cool.
You're really leading the way with that, aren't you, girl?
Just
no one's doing that.
Just take the 20K and accept
Just
it.
do it.
Yeah.
Whitney and Layla do a salt bath with their kids, this location was also on Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
Did
recently.
we see like the sign? Like, is it a branded? Like, were
Probably.
they paid?
Yeah,
Okay.
probably. And
Good for them.
the kids are like running around, like touching everything, and it made me really uncomfortable. I was like, control your fucking children.
Literally. All
Yeah.
parents.
Whitney says it's like a fake friendship with her and Taylor Frankie Paul. And she can't support it anymore. And I'm like, yes, fight. It's the baby shower. The girls all rock up in slow-mo. Macy's
I love those slow-mo movements
so good.
as well as part of this genre. It's always just like little catwalk moment.
With a song that's like, I'm a bad bitch, bad bitch.
And just-
bad bitch. It's like a baby shower.
It's a baby shower.
Like, okay.
Yeah.
Macy's like, we have to bring Taylor Frankie Paul back to Mom Talk so Mom Talk can be whole again, just like the old days.
Literally because she's the most famous one and they want the brand deals.
100%. Demi also supports this, and Taylor.
Oh, I'm sure.
Demi's great.
Yeah.
Dakota is there just being insufferable. He's like, and the girls are all like, he's going to be such a great dad. I'm like, no, he's not.
Actually going to be the worst. Oh, God, I hate him so much.
Then drama. Layla passes on to the girls that Whitney told her in the salt bath the day before that she's not coming. Dun, dun, dun. And not coming to a baby shower. That is like, what a message.
Oh my God, that's murder.
Exactly.
Layla felt so uncomfortable in that moment as well.
Yeah, she didn't want to do that.
No, the producers are clearly like, you're off the show if you don't fucking
you're
say
the only
this.
one that knows this, so you have to pass it on.
You
She's
have
like,
to. Yeah.
I love this. So then the mum, like Taylor Frankie Paul's mum, calls Whitney, which I was like, okay, mum.
Another producer
Great.
just like, you need to do this. And she's like, please, I would love
She's
some
like, great.
airtime.
And speakerphone conversation.
Yeah, classic.
She's like, we're just wondering where you are. And then she's like, well, I think that's more of a conversation that me and Taylor should have. I'm like, well, yes.
Yeah, obviously, Whitney's like, who the fuck is this?
As if you wouldn't send a text being like, I'm not coming. She's so avoidant.
I know.
Anyway.
But also so weird of Taylor's mum to do that.
Very. Episode 3 is called The Book of Saints and Sinners, and this is when the group splits into 2 groups, the
Yes.
saints v the sinners. So it's like the fun girls and like the fucking snooze girls.
Yeah.
Including Jen Affleck, who is so fucking boring and prudy.
Yes, but
The
then
worst.
when her marriage breaks down even further, then that becomes interesting.
Yeah, but like
Not because of
she's-
her personality, though.
I still just, but it's one of those situations where I'm like, yeah, that sucks for you, but also like,
Your fault.
you kind of brought that on yourself. Sorry, girl. Okay, don't cancel me for that. I support women. Michaela's house is where we start. And Macy and her go for a walk to talk to Whitney about the no-show to the baby shower. Whitney brings a soup, but disclaimer, her gay husband Connor actually made the soup, which I was like, classic.
He knows his way around the kitchen.
Sure,
He's got a little apron.
Cute apron on with like nothing else.
Yeah. And no carbs, obviously.
0 carbs.
Yeah.
Fucking Pride is in.
He's
a
shredding
month,
for
yeah.
Pride Month.
The girls don't know how #MumTalk will #survive
Oh my
if
God.
Taylor, Frankie, Paul, and Whitney continue their #beef.
Will Mom Talk survive this?
Yes. Yes, it will.
It will. This is episode 3.
Then we get a scene at Jen and Zach's. So these two I just fucking can't with these two.
Very
It's
unlikable people.
so unlikable. Like the Afflecks. No. Zach just graduated.
Sorry, I can't take it seriously.
I know.
Yep.
The original Jennifer Affleck.
Mm-hmm.
Zach has just graduated, so they're throwing him a party. And this is like, it feels like a frat party. This is where they all hop in the hot tub, which is a good part of it.
Yep.
Um,
But so there's technically no alcohol at this party,
no,
right?
it's like a soda. So they have like a soda guy. This
Yeah.
is our introduction to soda.
Oh my God. I love soda, as a theme in this
It's
season.
gross.
Yeah.
Gross.
But a lot of them don't drink because they're always fucking pregnant. Like,
Yeah, true.
it's like, oh, sorry, no, I don't drink because I'm Mormon.
Yeah.
Like, no,
But
you
I'll
don't
have-
drink because you are literally
I'll have like
gestating.
1,000 squirts of sugar syrup into some soda with whipped cream.
And also, not having coffee is caffeine, but there is caffeine in
Kill
soda.
me.
Yes,
all of the things,
Am I wrong?
all of the things they can't do, the sex, the porn, the thing.
Yeah.
Fine. Take coffee away from me.
Yeah.
I would unalive.
Yeah,
There is no reason to live.
but there is literally caffeine in soda. So
They
what,
must have a caffeine-free Coke or something. I don't know.
that maybe actually
There are a lot of sodas that
must
don't
be
have
it.
caffeine, but you're right. The good ones have caffeine. in
Maybe
them.
the Utah ones.
I
like
reckon
the business have done caffeine.
they
free
must.
sodas. But they should have said that, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
Anyway, season 2, guys. Soda, the main character.
we haven't even got to swig yet.
Oh God.
But anyway, so it's Zach's graduation party. I'm like, dad of 5, Zach, is
God.
just now
Graduating
graduating.
college.
Jen tells us that her mum is from Ecuador and isn't wealthy. And this is when I'm like, okay.
This is it.
You are like full imposter syndrome vibes, like masquerading in this world, pretending to be like a rich white lady.
You're
It's-
going to be found out.
Problems about that. Macy still doesn't like Dakota and how he treats Taylor, Frankie, Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Connor looks super fruity in his Dior jumper.
It's so
very
cute.
cute. This is when Whitney says that Jen and Macy are the most devout in the group because they don't drink and the others do. So I'm like, here we go.
This is
Good
it.
old-fashioned judgy wudgy.
Yep. Thou shalt not judge.
But then it's the literal like whole point of religion to like judge everyone. Like, I'm better at it than you.
Mm-hmm.
They get in the hot tub and this is when you get Connor's little rig.
Yeah.
Hot.
He is hot.
He's really hot.
Yeah. It reminded me, okay, deep cut. America's Next Top Model Cycle 2. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah. When, what's her name? The really, like the mousy, nerdy one who got a makeover.
Yes.
And they're in the hot...
Shandy?
That rings
Is that
a
her
bell.
name? No. Something like that.
Something like
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
The
and-
tall, lanky
Yes.
giraffe. Yeah.
And she's like the one with the boyfriend.
Yes.
Really. And then she like drinks alcohol for the first time. She's in a jacuzzi and she
so-
starts making out with like all these hot models.
It's exactly that.
It like
Except they didn't know one made out, but
really. I thought we were leading there, but that's what happens when they like they don't know how to drink.
they so forced them to do this as well because of the like swinging rumors and they needed like that
Mm-hmm.
shot to like put in the promos.
Oh,
like
yeah.
them all in the hot tub.
Yeah, I'm going to get a Mormon orgy.
Yeah. But alas, we don't get one. Jordan, Jesse's husband, swigs some vodka in the tub and everyone's like, mainly Whitney
Scandal.
and Jen, who are pearl clutching girlies. Anyway, cut to the housewives style Botox part, and then we get more about the
so
vices.
good.
So this is where they all go do Botox just to do laughing gas.
Just for the nangs.
Love that. Jen does not approve of anything fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then the convo turns to Jen's baby blessing, because they're all like,
yeah,
Jen's
right.
blessing her baby. And then Michaela
So
is
it's like a so it's not
it's some weird thing where only the men can like be around a child, and I'm just like, whoa,
I don't know
this
about
sounds fucked up.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, the girlies that aren't devout aren't invited.
Yes.
This is my baby blessing.
Yeah.
It's
I
important.
can't
Have
any
a lesbian at my
slut-
pool party.
I mean, she was a lesbian.
There are going to be girls in their bathing suits. It was very giving that.
But yeah, so the sluts and whores aren't invited.
Yeah,
according
no
to
sluts
Jen.
and whores to Jen's babe blessing, which was
Yeah.
the most boring scene of the whole season. Like, I was like, fuck this.
But it was crazy that it was just like, yeah, just the men are doing it. You're like, that totally makes sense.
I mean, it was like
Nothing wrong
interesting
here.
to see, but then also I was like, cool, we get it. You're sitting around a living room,
Mm.
snooze.
Mm.
Yeah. Demi throws a Galentine's party.
Mm-hmm. So
and
Demi is a sinner in this.
yeah, Demi's a fun time girl,
Yes.
for sure.
So who are the saints? Sorry. So we got
I think it's
Jen,
just Whitney and Jen. I
Just
think
those
so.
two?
Maybe someone else, but I don't know. Who else was there?
Layla,
I feel like Layla's fun. I don't
Macy.
fucking know. Stacey?
Anyway,
Was Tracy there?
Yeah.
Galentine's, Demi wants it to be inclusive, not like a certain someone's baby blessing.
Mm-hmm.
She's a progressive Mormon, which we love.
Yeah. Good
Next
for
up
her.
is Fruity Cereal, Fruity Pebbles Gate.
Okay. Pussy juice.
So there's a rumor that Demi and her man have a funny little joke about her pussy tasting like Fruity Pebbles. So Whitney, as a funny little prank, rocks up to Demi's Galentine's party with a present of Fruity Pebbles, which Demi is like, okay, bitch, game on, moles.
I mean, to be honest, like a bit fair enough from.
Yeah.
Wait, Demi was the one with who received the
yeah,
Fruity Pebbles.
from Whitney.
Fair enough, because I feel like that was a bit of a dog move. If it was
100%.
like,
if Whitney was fun and pranky all the time,
Yeah.
I'd be like, sure, but she's not.
She's
Whitney's
not.
a stuck up fucking.
it's like she's
Bitch.
clearly like, but that's of course it's the reason she's doing it
Yeah.
is to like make
It's a
Demi feel
dick.
super uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Also, like doing it on camera, so Demi's just like, oh, have you just
Now I've got to tell
story?
the Fruity Pebbles story
Yes.
on camera.
And thinking that like, oh, maybe
Yeah.
Whitney has already done that on camera as well, and it's just like it's very private
yeah.
sex like secret that she had.
Anyway. Then we hear that Macy is planning a girls' trip for her birthday,
Mm-hmm.
which takes us to episode 4, The Book of Truth.
Vegas, baby.
So, no, not yet. This
Oh.
is the fucking trip to
Wait.
somewhere in Utah still. Park City, Utah.
Oh.
And they have... So
Yes.
this is a quick one. We'll whip through this. It's basically the pajama party where
Yes.
Demi and Whitney fight.
And they have all their names on the pajamas.
And they have their names on the pajamas.
So
Thank you,
helpful.
producers. I literally was
Yes.
like, thank fuck for that, because this was the first time I actually learned their names properly. 'Cause they still
halfway through the
same.
season.
Yes.
Yes.
So Demi now has
Big
so
fight.
much beef with Whitney because of the Fruity Pebbles incident.
Yeah.
Gloves
Yeah.
are off.
And Whitney starts crying and hiding away in the closet.
Yeah.
Because she just can't handle someone yelling at her.
I feel like they weren't going to address it. And then the producers were like, how about you guys play like a truth game? Which is very from the Book of Bravo.
Like amazing. And to whoever agreed to do this, so good.
So good. So Demi brings out the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They fight a lot. The closet bit is really funny. And they're all like crowding around Whitney in the closet.
Yeah.
And then Demi comes up and she's like, nah, bitch, I got more.
I thought it was just your husband that was in the closet. Anyway.
Exactly.
I love that Demi just went in
I was
on Whitney.
so fiercely team Demi during
Like
this whole thing.
clearly, I mean, I felt bad because I'm just like looking at someone
Yeah.
crying and Demi just like going in even harder. You can
Yeah.
clearly tell the producers like said to Demi before they went away, just
Yeah.
like, hey girl, if you want a single second of storyline, like this
Step
is
your
what you're
pussy
going to
up.
need to do. Step your pussy up.
Macy's like, Truth Box, that game should have been called Murder Suicide. I was like, thanks, Macy, you're still here.
Yeah.
Then we get, I love this. Demi and Whitney are like, talk about how they did ketamine therapy. And I was like, girl, same. I was like, oh, is that what we're allowed to call it now?
That's what we're calling it. Therapy.
Therapy, yeah.
I'm in a therapy hole.
But it's so good. It's so Mormon. It's so America.
So
it's like,
funny.
we can't drink, we can't do drugs, but ketamine therapy, totally fine.
Totally fine.
Botox and vaginoplasties with laughing gas. Sign me up.
That's what I want. They are literally so desperate to do drugs and alcohol and have sex and party.
Yeah.
And so they'll just like...
Because if you tell a child that they can't do something, what does that child want to fucking do?
God,
all of the things.
Yeah. Which is why they're all getting pregnant as a teenager.
Yeah. It's also literally why this podcast exists, because my parents did not let me watch reality TV.
Really?
Yes. Like, cast your mind back to like 2001.
Yeah.
Big Brother's on. Everyone's watching it. Everyone's talking about it at school. I was not allowed to watch it.
Not even
And
Big Brother.
here we are.
Uncut.
Well,
Up late.
I used to program the VCR so I could watch it.
And then, but
record.
What did you do to the tape afterwards?
What do you
Burn
think?
it?
Yeah. No, I'd
Wow. So here we
furiously
are.
masturbate to Jamie Brooksby's big old dick.
Mm-hmm. I know exactly what you're talking about. All the photos and videos.
But
yes.
true, like you tell a fucking like teenager, or in this case, you know, they're 20, but they've got the minds of teenagers.
Really?
But they cannot do something.
They're going
It
to
becomes so much more fun. Like ketamine therapy.
Oh my God.
I died.
Mm.
Anyway, then that episode finishes with talk of Vegas.
Whitney
No, what's
leaving the
next?
group chat.
Oh yeah, sorry. It ends with Whitney leaving. Yeah,
Yeah.
she is donezo.
Leaving the group.
She leaves the group chat, which they're all like, yeah,
no one has ever done anything this bad.
it's pretty good.
Yeah. I think at this point as well, Whitney is thinking that like, okay, I have fully cemented myself as the sympathetic main character, and Taylor and the rest of the girls are the absolute villains, and that is 100% going to be the storyline.
Yeah,
Girl.
it's heaven. Episode 5 is called The Book of Broken Vows.
Mm-hmm.
Macy's husband Jacob is hot and is not on this show enough. Just note to the producers next season,
Mm-hmm.
get Jacob.
I literally
tub?
can't remember any of them except Connor and Dakota, if
Yeah,
I'm being honest. And
yeah.
Zach.
This one, wasn't in it enough. But I was like,
I wonder if
more,
that's
more.
a
We just need more
choice.
of the husbands on the show all around. I think they obviously didn't. They weren't that keen. Anyway.
And they're also just really boring, maybe.
Yeah, probably. We get to visit Swig for the first time, which is the drive-through
Swig.
soda place. This made me want to spew, like, all their orders, like sugar-free raspberry, sugar-free coconut cream, 44-ounce soda. That makes me actually want to spew.
Oh, I mean, good for them. At
And
this
there's
point, they just need to do meth. Like,
It's a slippery slope.
yeah,
Honestly,
full sugar
meth
Coke.
is probably better for you
Really?
than Swig.
Yeah. If you tell them
Like
that it
tea.
might, like, they might lose weight on it, I reckon they're all gonna.
There's also Fruity Pebbles at
Yes.
the place, which I loved. And they're
Oh,
like,
that's a nice big cut.
Pebbles. Oh, then we see Dakota getting like a daddy lesson at the Affleck's house. And I was like,
Mhm.
things are not looking good.
No, that poor
Oh my
child.
God. Layla gets a tattoo to celebrate her divorce. Layla's kind of boring.
She is so boring, but I feel like her story of just like divorced 22-year-old, like ready to like party and meet people. I reckon the producers thought like, okay, cool, this is going to be our party girl.
Yeah.
Who's going to like go on lots of dates and have these like relationship sex dramas, but like
I mean,
literally
she
nothing.
oils up a stripper in Vegas, which was
Sure.
fun, I guess.
Okay.
But like, yeah, she didn't. bring
She's
the
also
drama.
like a child.
I
like
know,
she's
I know.
22. Like I can't ask her to be
Yeah.
like this exuberant, interesting person.
We get a scene with Connor in like a cute pink hat making cookies.
Oh, yes. Little beret. Making Girl Scout cookies.
And then it like cuts between that with like Whitney being like, I don't even need the mum tuck anymore to Connor. And then it cuts between that and the other girls at like a break room or something, like spraying paint on the walls. And they write like,
Yes.
bitch. And they're like, it's a message for Whitney. I'm like, oh, okay.
It looked really weird.
It was bizarre.
I'm curious though how that would feel. Would you do something like that?
A break room.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to just smash some shit.
Yeah.
But theirs was like, that was just like paint. Didn't look that fun.
Oh, okay.
Well, it could have been. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would give it a go. Kind of feels kind of like wasteful.
Yes, I want to have a bit more detail about what I'm bringing. Is this recycled?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure they just like glue back together all
Yeah.
the plates. Yeah.
Mm.
Macy and Dakota clear the air.
Mhm.
She's very nervous. So yeah, so Taylor, Frankie Paul kind of like organizes this.
Yes. Very weird choice.
It's weird and it doesn't actually resolve anything.
No, it kind of makes things worse.
Yeah, I was very uncomfortable in this scene.
I loved it though because I was like, this again cemented for me why Taylor is the main character, and that's because she's
producing the show.
Exactly.
From in front of the camera.
And it's so natural. Like, she's not intending to do any of it. Like, she brought Macy and Dakota together to, like, mend things or whatever. And then we'll just have this, like super honest and blowout argument with Dakota and not feel embarrassed to say it in front of Macy, not feel embarrassed to say all this shit in front of the cameras. It's just so good.
She's heaven.
Yeah. And also I'm feeling a
Give her
little
an
bit
Emmy.
more... Give her an Emmy for producing and writing, creating.
Yeah, for writing.
But I also, this is the scene where I really love, like, the more we see, like, other people acknowledging how terrible Dakota is, the more I feel, like, validated as a viewer. So I feel like this scene, we did get quite a bit of that from Macy.
Yeah. Episode 6 is called The First Book of Sin.
Mm-hmm. The Great Unfollowing.
The Great Unfollowing. So not only has Whitney left the group chat, which I'm like, kind of here for, she then also doubles down and unfollows everyone, and they are gagged.
Yes.
Then Jessie has her event, which is a vagina party to celebrate her labiaplasty.
Woo!
This fucking show, I tell ya.
You couldn't write it.
They all have to do like paintings of vaginas, which is great.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And they all make them cute. They were like, this is candy and this is strawberry. And I'm like, oh God.
Good for them.
Yeah.
I
It
wonder
was
how
like
much-
watching teenagers do like a sex ed class.
I wonder how much she spent on her labiaplasty.
Yeah, I don't know.
And she fully, like, got her vulva out.
To show everyone.
To show
Yeah.
everyone. And the cameras
Good on her.
cameras blurred it. But they there's an unblurred version out there. And she was just, have a look. So I kinda liked her. I wish she had a bit more storylines this season.
So then it's like Vegas, this trip for Layla's birthday.
Yeah.
But before we even get to Vegas, it's drama because like Dakota and Taylor, Frankie Paul are fighting and she's like
As usual.
almost about to pop. Like she's like 9 months pregnant.
She's fucking big.
This was concerning because it's like...
Can she get on a plane?
Was that? And then also like... I love that. Yeah, I love that instead of just her not going, like, oh no, Dakota will just go with you. I'm like, cool, because that helps. How?
He will birth the child when you go into labor. What's happening?
What the fuck?
Yeah.
And then of course Zach's like, oh well, I want to come too. So then somehow Zach and Dakota end up crashing the girls' trip in Vegas, which is like genius production move.
Mm. The two worst husbands.
Yeah. Then Macy gets an anonymous message from, could it be Jenna? About Dakota just being a dirty dog.
Yeah.
And then it's the moment we've all been waiting for, the Chippendales scene. So they've been like teasing this the whole season.
Yeah.
The girls are gonna like
touch another man's body.
Exactly. One of the strippers was quite hot.
They're all
the
hot.
little beardy one I really liked.
Mm.
I mean, yeah, they were all hot. They're strippers. And Layla gets to oil up the boys backstage, and then it just all fucking kicks off. This was so good.
Yeah.
So Jen, of course,
Jennifer Affleck,
who can't deal with drinking or any of it.
A man being in the same room as her that's not her husband. Yeah.
She breaks down. Well, she breaks down, but then it's really Zach.
Yes.
She's being fully manipulated by this man.
He's the one who's like, he's gambling.
Yeah, so he's literally at the same time as this is happening. He's like pissing up all their savings.
Yeah. Gambling. Yes.
And she's like sat in the audience of like a show where you don't see anything. There's no interaction with, like, it's not like, come on.
I just don't really, I've never really understood heterosexuality as a concept.
No, we've established this throughout all of your visits to the pod.
It is a big mystery to me. But one of those is like, obviously, like what counts as cheating.
Oh, who knows?
And in Zach's mind, I think seeing a stripper and being near one counts as cheating in his mind.
He's just an asshole, and he just wants to make her feel bad and control her.
Yeah.
He's not allowed to do anything. It's so gross.
It's absurd.
And they have like this epic blowout fight, and she disappears, and all the girls are like, oh shit.
Yeah, it's gone down.
Cut to episode 7, the Book of Trust, where like, so there's trouble in paradise, in the Affleck paradise.
Mm-hmm. Threatening divorce.
He's like, she's like, he said he doesn't want to be married to me anymore. He said he doesn't love me anymore. Which I'm like, what? Mate.
It's just fucking bonkers.
Like, poor Zach. Like,
yeah. Even though he's gambling like their money. And okay, so the producer asked Jen, can we talk about the gambling thing? And then she's like, oh, only if it's like not framed as an addiction or something. And they left that in.
She protects him. It's like,
I know. But then the audience is immediately just like, oh, so it's a
he's
gambling
got an addiction. Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
Exactly.
Cool.
No, but it's because she doesn't want him to then come home and like scream at her for like, you said on camera that I have a gambling. Like, you know, she's literally just like covering her bases. She's being fully like manipulated.
And she doesn't, I think it's because it goes back to her like feeling insecure, you know, with her family growing up poor and not feeling that she's good enough to like be with his family, feeling like she can't fit in. And so she just has learnt to never confront and and to avoid conflict completely.
Well, then like the next day she's like, everything's fine. We had a really good talk and now we're just like in the best place ever. I'm like, what the fuck?
They've never had a good, healthy talk in their life.
It's fucked.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, it actually was really good.
Sure.
Because I got told off.
Yeah. He told me I was wrong, and then I agreed.
And this is the bit where I'm like, I can't actually support you. Sorry.
It's very sad.
I want to, but
Yeah.
I
think she just can't picture a life in which she separates.
Well, she's also from like, you know, this quote unquote like poorer background.
Yeah.
And she's like married into this wealthy family. So to her, it's like actually her livelihood, right?
Yeah. Except now that she's said that she's the breadwinner.
Well, that's right. I'm like, get the brand deals, bitch. Get out of there.
But I guess being a single mum for her would be like quite devastating to think about.
True. It's really quite complicated.
It's very sad.
It's very sad to watch.
Yeah. And yet we do.
Yeah, here we are. Oh, God. Connor is low-key jealous. He didn't get to oil up a Chippendale.
Oh, I know. Why wasn't he invited to the...
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Whitney is a bit of a victim blamer. She's kind of like jumping on the it's Jen's fault train, which I'm like, okay.
Yeah. I think Whitney just fucking hates all the girls.
Agreed. But Demi and Jessie are on the right side of history. I think they're the fun girlies. They're the girls I want to like party with.
Yeah. They hate all the men as well.
Yes, they do.
Which is nice.
And now we've reached the final episode. Episode
God.
8, which is called The Book of Rumors.
Mm-hmm.
At Whitney's event, there's a surprise pregnancy test in the cake.
What the fuck?
I fully think she just got knocked up because she wanted to like get back at Taylor Frankie Paul. She's like, it's like fight to be the main character of the show.
Literally Whitney, like Taylor, that thought has not popped into her little smooth brain, but Whitney thinks about it all the time.
Yeah,
like all she wants is to be the main character and to be like the sympathetic, the one that everyone loves and will do whatever it takes. And it's like, it's that,
Laurel.
it's the effort that we see that makes you unlikable. Where Taylor not trying, not thinking about it, it just makes her the main character.
They have a baby mama event.
Mm-hmm.
Is Jessie the one with baby?
No, that's Macy.
Macy. Oh my god, fucking
the blonde one. Yeah.
Sorry.
With the little vitamins.
Yes.
That I'm sure are very good products.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you wouldn't just piss out all the vitamins anyway.
Maybe there's ketamine in there. Who knows?
There's balloons everywhere,
Fuck
but
the
actually
patriarchy,
full of
right?
laughing gas.
Yes. Oh my god, they're all just like
They're just doing nangs on the side.
Nangs
Yeah.
in the fucking thing. So they all unfollow Whitney.
Crazy.
In sync. I love this.
That
I want to
was
do this at a
so
party. Like
fucking
single
petty.
someone out and be like, we're all unfollowing it. 3, 2, 1. Like so petty.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Mom Talk is in its by Whitney era.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, let's see how long this lasts for.
Yeah.
Knowing Whitney,
Once she signs a contract for season 2.
Meanwhile, Whitney's like moving to a farm or something. She's very good at like running away.
And that that Whitney unfollowed them and left the group chat, not because she wanted attention and for people to reach out to her.
How dare you suggest that?
No, she didn't want that at all. She just left because she didn't want the drama. That's Whitney.
No more drama. She
No
don't
more
want no
drama.
drama. Whitney begins her ass-kissing tour to get her back into the good graces for #MomTalk because she's just learnt that there's a season 2. That's my theory anyway.
Yeah. And
She's like, oh shit.
And she wants more dildo brand deals.
Yeah, because the last one's already...
Yeah.
ran
She's
out.
spent it all already.
Yeah. Oh, God. The
Will
other girls go
MomTalk
skating.
survive?
Will they fucking survive?
Yeah. Oh, the skating.
The skating was
So this is
whatever.
Michaela's birthday, the one with the skin condition.
Sure.
I feel like such an expert right now.
Yeah.
No, this is her birthday, and then Whitney shows up.
That's
that
right.
birthday,
Yeah, but she's there kind of being weird. She's like there but doesn't really participate. She just like leaves early.
Yeah.
She's sitting around. Yeah. Macy's like, I'm not going to forgive you that easy. And Whitney makes it all about her and her pregnancy, which I'm like, get it?
Sounds right.
I feel sorry for that child.
For Whitney's.
Actually, all of them.
Literally all the children, all the women, all the men, everyone involved. It makes me sick to think about their lives.
Then we get rather graphic iPhone footage of Taylor Frankie Paul actually giving birth.
Yes.
Like all of it.
Shit, that's
I
the
was
thing.
like, I became the pearl clutcher at this point.
Oh, quite disturbed. Taylor doesn't give a fuck. She's like, yeah, sure. Put
It
a
was
phone in there
wild.
and film it. I don't
Dakota's
care.
there like lifting her legs up and shit.
It's got the ring light. It's got the tripod.
Wild. I was
Yeah.
actually really shocked by that.
Yeah. But she
yeah.
gives birth. Mum and Bub are both doing great,
Another child I feel sorry for. But hey, at least you've got a hot dad.
I guess.
There's that.
Because she already has 2 kids with her ex,
Yeah.
right? But they're not on the... they were like... I think we saw them once, but their faces were blurred. So I think it's like... I think the ex doesn't want the kids involved.
Yeah. And look, smart move.
I don't think this baby's face is going to be blurred at all.
This baby is going to be star of the next season.
Oh, yeah.
Then we get the Afflecks moving to New York, which I was like, okay,
Yeah.
run away.
For his medical
Classic
school.
abusive behavior though, because Zach is like separating
Her-
Jen from her friends and family. It's like
Yeah.
very that.
Yeah.
And we end on a cliffhanger.
Mm.
The phone rings and it's Jenna. So Jenna's going to blow shit up. What are your
She's gonna blow
What are your
Dakota.
hopes and predictions for next season?
I hope that all the women are single. And that's at one.
They dump all of their husbands
consecutively.
and they go back to Vegas, and this time they all get on it.
with the Chippendales. No, it's like they all, like how they all unfollowed Whitney, like the countdown did it once. They all did that except it's break
Yeah.
up with their boyfriends.
I would love that. I want some actual hot tub action next
Yes,
season.
I
want
need
swinging.
actually sex.
Yes. Get the soft swinging couples
Yeah.
on the show,
Layla as well, I think she needs to have her first orgasm.
or just get rid of her.
That too. But then it's an
Yeah.
all white.
True, they do. They very much need.
We're
her.
going to get more characters in. I think.
Oh, really?
Well, I think we're going to get maybe more of the husbands. Although I wouldn't be surprised if some of the husbands have watched it and have said, I'm not in season 2, so don't include me.
True.
Like maybe Connor.
I think they're all getting the taste of the fame.
Yeah.
And no, Connor is living. She's already got her outfits picked for season 2.
She's got a brand deal with, was it Daily Jocks?
Yeah,
yeah.
Code Connor 20 for 20% off at checkout.
Oh, so
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait.
All right. Well, I'll be back for season 2.
Yeah, definitely. We'll do
Cool.
season 2.
Okay, I'm
All
not-
20. Well,
I
probably
was
have to
gonna say,
break it up.
I don't think we
Yeah.
can do
No.
20 episodes. We'll do break.
We'll split it up.
Maybe 5.
Okay.
I'm
5
not
at a
going to tell you
time.
how you do your job, but
Well, here
but
we are.
I'm going to.
Well, that was so much fun.
Oh my God,
Thank
so much
you
fun.
for coming and indulging.
So glad I got to talk about this show.
I know. Next up on the pod, I am covering Drag Race Down Under season 4.
Okay.
Will you be watching?
I will now that you're
Oh, you do-
covering it.
So you weren't going to?
I mean, it's
Fair
like,
enough.
Yeah, Down Under it kind of makes me sad a bit because it's so bad. Oh no, I will be watching
True.
it because I want to see how Michelle does.
Yeah, I think a lot of people
I'm
will
very
tune in for that
curious.
same reason.
Yes.
It's a good cast, but yeah, I do. You're right. It makes me sad because I'm watching it and I'm like, this could be so fantastic.
And everyone's just like, well, the budget's so low.
I
And
know,
I
and
was
it's
like, but like you can make
I
better
know.
choices with the same budget.
I know.
Anyway,
It is
I'll watch
what
it.
it is. Yeah, cute. All right.
thank you for having me.
You're so welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to The Cringe is Real with me, Sam Cremant. If you would like to support the show, rate, review, share, and tell your friends about it. You can also find me on Instagram and Twitter. Links are in the show notes.